Hey guys, today we are making this gorgeous double Staggerstripe bracelet, which was created by Loopy Studios 736 over on Instagram. I'm going to actually pull up his Instagram profile, but feel free to go over and check it out over there. This is a reversible design, and I just love both sides. I love it. It's so cool. So you can actually make this using the Megaloom. I'm not going to use the Megaloom today, but if you do, keep in mind that the band breakdown is going to be a little bit different. I am going to add the band breakdown in the description box below for both a full-length bracelet and also if you're just using one set of 5. But keep in mind you do have to add 2 extension chains on the end if you only use 5 bars wide. There's a double closure here. So let's go ahead and get our bands ready, grab 2 C-clips, and we can get started. To get started, you're either going to set 5 bars wide up in a staggered position like this, or you're going to use the Megaloom. If you do use the Megaloom, just ignore 2 rows because you don't need all 7. Just use these 5 here, and then our setup will be the same. The Megaloom is longer, but I'm going to tell you where to stop, so that won't matter. Now, if you want to avoid an extension, just connect another 5 bars wide in front of this one, and then you don't have to make one. So we're going to start by laying these bands that sit in here, these white bands. Specifically, we're going to lay the 2 outer rows and the very center row first. I like to lay it all the same color. So we're going to start laying the very top first. So we're going to lay a loose one on the second pin in on each side. Then from the center pin, we're going to go diagonally outwards towards ourselves. And then down towards the outer pin on each side like so. From there, we're going to start laying the outer rows and the center row. You can do them all at the same time. We're going to actually be laying the exact same number of bands on each one of these 3 pins or bars. So if you're using just one set of 5 or the Megaloom, we're going to go all the way down until we have 1 empty pin on all 3 of these rows. If you're using 2 sets, I laid 26 of them for a full-length bracelet. You may need more, you may need less, but that can give you an idea of at least what I did for a full-length one. But for now, for the 1 loom setup, I'm going to go ahead and keep laying them until I have 1 pin left on each of these, and then I'll come back and show you what we're going to do next. So when you do get down to the end, it looks like that. You can see we have that 1 empty space and that 1 empty pin there on all 3 of them. So now that we're down here, from the outer pin on the left, we're going to bring it diagonally inwards to the pin next to it. And then from there, connect it to the center pin, like that. You're going to do the same on the right side. Connect it to the middle, well, the second one, and then the middle, like so. So we're going to come back to the beginning, and we have to do that same process one more time to fill in these 2 rows, and that's going to be these ones. So I'm going to use the same colors again there, but you don't have to. We're going to lay it on both of these 2 rows right here, going all the way down, and you're going to lay them until you reach the borders that we just closed off. So go ahead and finish getting those 2 rows done, and I'll meet you back here. Alright, so after you're done, it will look like that. Push them down. Come back to the beginning. We're going to choose our pattern bands now. The first color I grab will be these purples that sit here. I am going to use blue for that though. So we're going to lay nothing but triangles now. So we're going to start right here connecting it to these 3. I connect it to the corner, pull it up a pin, and then also to the right like that. Everything we do on the left, we have to do on the right. So we're going to connect it here and pull it to the middle. Now we have to fill in the middle. The triangles that go in the middle are going to go in the opposite direction than these ones just went. So the point should connect to the point of the last one, but also to the middle like that. We're going to wrap it around those same 2 pins, but this time also connect it to the right side, like that. Push it down, and we're going to switch colors now. So now the outer ones that we lay will sit here where the orange are, and the middle ones here, in case you want to switch colors. I'm going to use red, and I'm going to use all red. So we need to overlap these a little bit. So we're going to act like we're laying it right on top of the triangle right there, right here, of the blue, but also connect it up like that. Come on the right, and do the same thing. For the middle ones, we're going to go in the opposite direction than the middle row before. So I act like I'm going to lay it right on top of the red, but also connect it to the middle. That's the easiest way for my brain to do it, like that. All of the reds will be laid that same way. All of the blues will be laid that same way. So I'm going to go back to my blue. I'm going to locate where my red stopped, and that's where my next blue is going to start. Do the same on the right. So now we have to do the middle. So you can just connect it to where the blue ended and then just connect it to the two in the middle. Whatever is most comfortable for you to finagle your hand. I usually lay it like this for the right side. As long as you end up with it facing the right direction, it doesn't matter how you lay it. We're going to go back to our red. So for the red, I act like I'm going to lay it right on top of where the blue ended, but also pull it up one. Act like you're going to lay the red on top of the existing one, but pull it over to the middle. We're going to keep alternating this. It can take a while because they're overlapping. I'm going to go back to my blue, so we're going to connect it to where the last red ended. And then fill in the center ones, go in the opposite direction. So we're just going to follow along. You do want to take your time though, because I could see how it could be easily messed up. Because look how intertwined they all kind of look. So just go slow. You can sometimes stop and double check to make sure all of the blues have the straight part right here and all of the reds have the points. This is the hardest part. The looping, in my opinion, is the easy part. I got new lights and they're blinding white, but I have to put them like far away or else I look like a complete ghost. Like I looked white like paper yesterday when I had my lights close like I normally do. So I tried to back them up a little and they are still bright, but it's better than it was. But I feel like it's casting such a shadow now. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking the shadow. Like I feel like when I'm like this, you can't see what I'm doing because of the shadow is so bad. I got to figure something out. My old bulbs went bad, so I had to get new ones. That's kind of why I keep turning my loom every which way, because I'm trying to keep it bright and not shadowy. Okay, so hit the pause button until you're caught up with me. When you're down at the end, the blue, where it has the straight on the outside, not the point, should be the last set that you laid right now. But I am going to have you grab two of whatever color you would typically lay next, and we're going to lay an upside down triangle, a big one, going across these 3 pins right here. So connect it to the outer bar, go over the second one, and connect to the middle. We need to do the same thing for these 3 right here. So it connects to the middle, second, and outer row. That is the last thing that we're going to lay. It looks like this. I highly encourage you to go through and push all of these down, and then we're going to turn the loom around so we can start looping. Okay, we are going to grab 2 more of our very first color, and we're going to wrap a cap band around the front 2 center pins on each side. Wrap it around twice, and then we're going to start the looping. So we're going to start actually looping from these 2 rows here. So we're going to go into this first cap band. Once you move it, you're going to grab the straight band that's in there and loop it forward. Everything we do on this row, we're going to do the same on this row. So repeat that right here. So now we need to flip over the 3rd and 4th band. So the first one is the one we just looped there. The second is that red triangle. So the 3rd band is this blue one right here. You're going to pull it towards the left of the pin, pull it over it, and sit it in front. You will feel like a little resistance because of that red band. Come back and grab the next blue one, pull it over, and sit it in front. We're going to do the exact same thing on this side. So you're always grabbing the inner one first. Pull it over, and grab the next one. It's like really hard to do it both at the same time, so you have to do it like that. So now we're going to go in those same pins, push all of the layers out of the way and grab the very bottom, which is my glow band, loop that forward. Do the same right here. So now moving forward, it's actually the 4th and 5th band that we're looping up and over, but it's still the same blue band. So right here is my 4th, pull it over, go back here again and grab the 5th one. Do the same over here. Every time we flip them over, we have to go back in the pins and loop the very bottom band forward. It doesn't matter which side you do first. We're doing the same thing on both of these rows. Every time we loop that forward, that's when we reach behind it and flip over the 4th and 5th band. Go down into the same pins and loop the very bottom band up. I'm going to grab my 4th and 5th band and flip it. And loop the bottom band forward. So continue getting those looped forward and flipping the 4th and 5th band, and I'll show you what mine looks like when I get to the top of the loom. When you guys do get to the top, make sure you don't forget to loop the last glow teal band forward. It's the bottom band. Make sure you don't forget that. It's the last one we have to loop. We're going to come back down to the beginning, and we're going to loop out of the cat bands again. So I just start in the left one here. Once you push it back, you're going to grab the next one, and that goes to the middle. And then go back in and loop that one out to the left. Come over to the right and do the same thing. So now we're going to be looping up the center, and this time we're going to be flipping the reds over. So on this first one, it's a little bit different. The number is different. It's these reds right here. So the left one is always the first one that I need to flip over because of the way that we laid it, and then go back in and grab the 4th one. And now you're going to go in, push everything on top out of the way, and just grab the bottom. There are a lot of layers there. Loop that forward. So now when we grab the reds, it's technically the 4th and 5th band that we're flipping over. But I'll grab my red here, flip that over first, come back and grab the other one. It's the same way that we did the other rows, it's just a different color. Loop the forward one, and flip the 4th and 5th red over. We're going to keep grabbing the bottom band and looping it up and then flipping those over. So go ahead and continue getting this part done, and then I'll show you what mine looks like at the top. When you're caught up and at the top, don't forget to loop that last one forward like that. You don't want anything unraveling. We're going to come back to the beginning. We're going to start looping the sides now. It doesn't matter which one you do. I'll do the left one. So on the sides, the bands that I'm going to be flipping are red, but we're not going to do any flipping on this first one. So we're just going to go in this corner pin and loop the very bottom band forward. Now we need to flip the red over, which is the 3rd band down. It's this one right here. It's only one band that we're flipping on the side bars. So flip the third and now loop the bottom band forward. Once again, you're going to flip the third and loop the bottom forward. If you guys ever made the Gemini bracelet, it has a very similar concept. I actually told him that it kind of reminded me of it, like the way the bands look and the flipping. It's like a gigantic variation, kind of. So this is all we're going to do for this. And then you guys will have to do the same thing on the right side. Just remember that you're not flipping the very first pin. So when you do get to the top up here, you're going to loop this border into the center like this. And now we're going to come over to the right, and you're going to do the same exact thing. So just remember, you're not flipping anything on this one. The first thing you're going to do is just loop the bottom forward, and then you flip that third one over. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you at the top. So you're going to bring that top one into the center, or second row like we did on the other side. Now from here, we need to come to the very middle pin, and we're going to loop these two bands outwards because we want it connecting to that pin there. So grab the top one, bring that one to the left, and the second one goes to the right. And that's where we have our loose bands, which is where we're going to grab one end, go in, grab the other end, bring both ends together, and you're going to add your C-clip on here for now. Now you will need to add a extension if you're only using the 5 bars wide. So I'm going to attach in the eye above and in the description box how to add an extension on. Just remember that you're going to have to do it for both of these. My video only shows adding it to one. You'll have to do it twice. So once you get this C-clip, we can pop this off of the loom. I do recommend using your hook to release all the outer rows because it is a pretty wide, tight design. Okay, so I have it off of the loom. You can see it's not a very big piece, so you're definitely going to need a lot of extension bands. This is such a beautiful design though. But just a reminder, this gorgeous double stagger stripe bracelet was created by Loopy Studios 736 over on Instagram. Make sure you let him know down below what you think of this. I am very proud of him. I think it's a gorgeous design. Also, if you have the ability, don't forget to tag us both over there. You can find me on Facebook as well. But that will be it for today, you guys. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.